Submitted by OK Obligation 979. R/relationship advice. My husband's dedication to Freemasonry is destroying our marriage and his life. How do I get this across to him? Bro, I haven't heard of Freemasonry in years. To be honest, I didn't even know people were still dedicated to it like that. The long and the short is that for about 6 years now, my husband has been a Freemason, and I've always supported him on this. My grandfather was a Freemason, so it's not really new to me or anything. And I don't believe in any of the conspiracy crap you find online. But I'm starting to think that it may not be the best for him. My grandpa always used to say it went family, work, masonry. But in my husband's case, it's more like masonry, 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 then family, then work, then masonry again. He attends lodge nearly every night. In parentheses, for context, my grandpa would go a couple times a month. And yet he's only a fellow craft, so not a part of the add-on things like the Scottish Rite or Shriners or anything. I have no idea what the fuck any of that just meant. I genuinely don't know how he has the stamina for it because I'm a part of an improv theater club, and frankly, every other week is enough. Wait, chat. Is Freemasonry one of the ones where you have to be a man to be in it? Because then bro is probably having gay sex with them, right? Am I tripping? Am I remembering that correctly? This is definitely a patriarch. Yeah, it is. Oh, dude, he's definitely banging his dudes. Happy Pride Month, you know? What a great story for Pride Month, chat. That has to be where this is going, right? Like, bro, you're ditching your wife to go to fucking, what is this, lodge? Yeah, he's about to lodge his dick in some dude's ass. I'm sorry, that was mildly inappropriate. Oh shit. That has to be where this is going, right? Which, by the way, just to clarify, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, hey, bro, if that's what you want, you should probably divorce your wife first. Sometimes he's gone for hours, other times an hour or even less. When I ask him what he's doing, he gets defensive and says he can't tell me because he has to maintain secrecy. Okay, anything that you're a part of where you have to keep secrets from your wife, that's not something you should be a part of. I knew full well there'd be some lessons and ceremonies I wouldn't exactly be getting a front row seat for, but I don't think it's that unfair. I ask what he could possibly be doing that occupies him practically daily. Hell, some days when he comes back early, he goes to his man cave to do more work for them. Apparently, he's volunteered to do admin work for his Grand Lodge, but like, when does it end? He doesn't get paid for any of this, and he spends so much on dues to actually do this. Wait, you have to pay to be a part of this shit? Yeah, bro, this is some gaycation type shit. You said it right, Sunshine. Like, what are you talking about? Like, sheesh. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Grow up. It's rich people shit, too? Oh, God. So it's, like, expensive? Wait, actually, I want to look this up. How much does it cost to be a Freemason? Oh, my God. There's an r/Freemasonry? That's insane. Oh. Upon initiation, we collect money for all 3 degrees, which I believe is around $200. After that, our annual dues are $125 a year. All right. My gym membership is more expensive than that, so I can't really clown. Okay, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was. I thought they were like robbing people blind, bro. What is there a benefit to this? Like what? I don't know. I just don't understand Freemasonry enough. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I understood Freemasonry more, I'd be like, maybe this is worth it, but I just don't get it. So it's not very free. Yeah, that's true, but like, this isn't bad. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like, I thought it would be much worse than this. I feel like everybody has something that they spent $125. A Netflix subscription, I think, is more expensive than this, right? Aren't those like $14 a month now? Like that's what? Quick maths? I don't got this. 28. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Don't put me in, coach. Don't put me in, coach. He spends so much money on dues to actually do this. Okay, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that's not so much, but I get your point. Like now he's spending his time, which is also valuable, and it's time that he's not spending on you or the family. I've even tried to get involved via the OES, something I've always wanted to be a part of, but he point blank shut it down and said that we can only look into that when he becomes a master mason, which is apparently still years away. Okay, I have no clue what an OES is, but it just sounds like he doesn't want his wife to be a part of this. And it's not even just our marriage it's affecting. Some weeks he's out so late with his lodge buddies, he doesn't take care of himself. There's been times he has worn clean clothes or shaved, and plenty of times he's gone into work without showering. Oh, he hasn't worn. Sorry. There's been times he hasn't worn clean clothes to work or shaved, and plenty of times he's gone in without showering. Sometimes he doesn't even go into work and just calls in hours late to say he's been called for urgent lodge business. His boss is too good to him and lets it slide because he's genuinely blown away by my husband. Because he's genuinely blown away my husband's in the Masons. Sorry. Because he's genuinely blown away my husband's in the Freemasons and thinks these meetings must be dead important. Like, I get a lot of these guys are going to be retired, but Jesus Christ, surely they have to know how it works. It's making a bad impression with people, and I genuinely can't remember the last time we did a thing together as a couple. Ooh, that's bad. Plus, our bedroom has been dead for at least a year, which I've sort of put up with because I have a low libido, but I guess it's just another symptom. Every time I ask him to do anything, he just tells me he's too tired. Ditching work for this is crazy. I mean, ditching your wife for this is crazy. Like, bro, listen, I don't think the gaycation allegation here is very far off. I guess, how do I get it across to him? His Masonic life needs to slow down. It's not even affecting just me. It's affecting our whole lives. But I can't even know where to begin. I don't want him to leave the Masons, just maybe calm it down a little so we have our lives back. How can I get this across to him without seeming that I'm jealous of the secrets or want to worsen the wedge between us? By the way, I did actually email the WM, his lodge, to just say I'm kind of worried for him, but I'm not. What does WM stand for, bro? Why are they using all these terms that this isn't r/Freemasonry. This is relationship advice. How the fuck am I supposed to know what WM stands for? By the way, I did actually email the WM in his lodge to just say I'm kind of worried for him, but I've not heard back yet. And if they're all this active, not sure how much he'll be. Not sure how much help he'll be. Edit, WM just emailed me. Apologize for taking his time and explain my husband has not been a member of that lodge for at least 5 years. Oh. So dude is cheating. It doesn't even matter. I almost wish we hadn't read that edit yet. I just thought it would clarify some stuff. Which I guess it did, but it kind of spoiled stuff. Someone said cheating or gambling. I mean, it has to be cheating, right? Dead bedroom. Like, bro will come home and actively avoid his wife. Like, I just don't get this. Like, if this is what you're doing, why are you not just like ending your marriage with your wife? My husband has not been a member of the lodge for at least 5 years, having left just under a year after he joined. Apparently, he had difficulties with the leadership and had been repeatedly cautioned for soliciting the other lodge members. What does that mean? Soliciting, like trying to hook up with them? Okay, so we were right. Bro wants to. So this is a gaycation situation. Oh my God. He told me he checked with other lodges in the area and none of them have any record of him switching, so it seems he demitted entirely. Yeah, I mean, maybe it means that he's trying to sell them something, but like, soliciting? Soliciting? Wow, what a crazy, wow. I'm excited for the update, chat. Where the fuck is this going? Damn, not the top comment calling it out, too. Gone every night plus high cost of dues equals cheating, or he has a second family. Chat, am I crazy, or is Freemasonry just like one of those things where like someone's calling me? Oh, it's a spam call. Chat, am I crazy, or is Freemasonry one of those things where like I feel like it should die out solely because there's just better things to do? Like, I feel like it has to be one of those things that was created because like the elites were bored and wanted something to like elevate their status and fill their time. But like now we have the internet. I think if you feel like you need to join the Freemasons, you just are really bad at figuring out what to do with your time because there's just like objectively better things to do. It's an MLM for men. No, for real. Like, I'm going to be really honest, you guys. I didn't know the Freemasons were still real. I thought it had died out. I don't think I've ever like even seen like a free. What do they have their own buildings? I don't know if it applies here, but solicitation in Freemasonry often explicitly refers to recruitment. I don't think that would fit in this context. He's been repeatedly cautioned for soliciting the other lodge members. Why would he recruit the other lodge members? I don't know, man. This is a weird one. I still think I was right from the start. I think bro has to be gay or something, you know? I feel like that's where this is going. Let's keep going, chat. I'm very curious, man. I gotta know. I gotta know. Alrighty, chat. We have the update. Let me actually, I accidentally edited out or exited out. So, the original post was Saturday, November 30th, 2024. This one's Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. Damn, wait. Is this like 2 days after Thanksgiving? I know some shit went down during Thanksgiving. She's like, I gotta write a Reddit post. So what, like 5 days after the original post? Crazy. I apologize to the craft because Masonry. I apologize to the craft because Freemasonry had nothing to do with my husband's antics. In my update to the post, I mentioned I had spoken with the current worshipful master. That's what WM stands for. Basically, the lodge's chair. And he informed me my husband had demitted from the lodge years ago and never joined any others. He did suggest it could be a clandestine lodge, in parentheses, and in a way, I hope this would be the case. But I think we both knew that was highly unlikely. He also ended up putting me through a past master who was a senior warden of the lodge around the time my husband quit. And apparently it was a jumped before he was pushed situation. What does that mean, Chad? Does that mean like they basically told him to quit or else they were going to kick him out? That's what that means, right? Yeah, he left before they could kick him out. Perfect. I did mention my husband was in trouble for soliciting his brothers, but the WM couldn't tell me any more. The PM vaguely remembered it, and while it seems no one was exactly sure what he was soliciting them about, it was described as invasive and strange behavior. Me and the PM, David, might as well use names, had a good long chat before he offered to join me in discussing with this. Before he offered to join... Oh, I see. Me and the PM, David, might as well use names, had a good long chat before he offered to join me in discussing this with my husband, Kevin, with the hope being we could get through to him and steer him off whatever course he was on. Sadly, I don't have good news. David came around on Monday and we talked a lot beforehand. Kevin was out, of course. Most of our chat was just him being... What? Wait. This is such a weird action... Like, girl, you saw the comments. You had to have put together, bro is probably cheating on you. Like, I think the safe thing to do, if you have money, which it sounds like OP and her husband have money, you should be hiring a PI to figure out what the fuck he's doing before you confront him. Me personally. I think you get the information and the evidence before you talk to them. Because if you talk to them before you get the information and the evidence, they might start doing things to get rid of the existing information and evidence that you would need. Most of our chat was just him being generally supportive, but he did start asking questions that were definitely leading into the clandestine lodge route, though he dropped that as a theory when it Okay. I see what they're saying here. Most of our chat was just him being generally supportive, but he did start asking questions that were definitely leading down the road to the clandestine lodge explanation. Though he dropped that as a theory when the lack of self-care became evident. Midway through our conversation, Kevin comes home, and when he comes in, I say there's somebody I'd like him to meet, and he just deflects by saying he's tired from lodge and will have to do it tomorrow. Sorry, I kind of glazed over it, but the lack of self-care thing, I see you guys in chat saying it might be a drug thing, which that would actually make sense with the lack of self-care thing. David introduces himself anyway, explicitly as a PM. Kevin ignores him, but then goes through to the kitchen, pours himself a glass of milk, and starts scrolling through his phone at the kitchen table. We went through and sat at the table too, so without a word, he got up and went into the living room. So we followed him there, where David said we know he's not attending lodge because he was the senior warden when my husband left. Kevin does this weird laugh and says, so it's a crime to move lodges then. David says no other lodge in the area took him on, and Kevin goes a little bit red before saying that's because he switched to PHA, and then sort of insinuates David is racist for taking issue with that. The fuck is PHA? Stop using these acronyms. I'm gonna look this up because I think this is important, especially if he's accusing him of being racist. PHA Freemason? Sorry, guys, I'm just going to use this because it's quick, but PHA stands for Prince Hall Affiliation. It refers to a branch of Freemasonry primarily made up of black men. Got it. Okay. I see now. So apparently there's a African-American historic masonry. Got it. Okay. All right. David says he spoke to all the PHA lodges in the area too, and he's good friends with a lot of their members, so he knows he's lying again. Kevin just says, look, he's tired. He's not doing this, but I told him we know something's up, and well, the majority of you thought it was drugs, so I just said, look, is it drugs? He said no, but finally admitted, yes, there was something up, and asked if he could show us something. Just, he needed to go to his car. David said that's fine, we'll come with him. Oh God, where is this going, bro? Well, I guess in Kevin's defense, he did need to go to his car. In the trunk, he got out this black sports bag. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think anything could have prepared me for what he showed us was inside. When we got back into the house, he got out this near lifelike latex horse mask and other leather and latex fetish gear. Full suit with harnesses and everything. If you were expecting anything to happen, there wasn't anything. We kind of just stared in total silence. Eventually, Kevin restarted the conversation by explaining he was into a BDSM fetish called pony play, and that he went down the rabbit hole a long time ago. I won't really go into full details, but long and short is, he clearly has been dealing with homosexual feelings and submissive desires for a long time, though he's still in denial about both of them, and is adamant he's not bi or gay, 100% straight, etc. Chat, you could have given me a million guesses, and that is not where I thought this was going. I mean, we were kind of right. Just, like, the wrong flavor, you know? Like, we guessed apple juice. And bro was not apple. So this is the Kentucky Derby of gaycations. Oh my God, chicken sandwich. Oh my God. Bro, What? I'm confused. Like, why didn't he bring that to his wife, you know? Maybe she would find it weird, but I feel like you approach your wife about it first, right? Also, was this what he was soliciting the other members on? He was like, hey, you want to know what's really similar to Freemasonry? Pretending to be a horse in latex. That would be a crazy. Oh my God, bro. Wow, okay. I mean, I guess it's still cheating, but holy shit. Obviously, he's at least and most probably bi, but he wouldn't hear it. Anyway, he explained when he was really struggling with these feelings, the urge, as he calls it, that's when he joined Freemasonry because he hoped it would prove a distraction, help improve him, etc. And then sort of implied being around old men would put him off guys. So what you're... Bro went, yeah, if I'm joining the Freemasons, they're all old and ugly, so I won't want to fuck any of them. I could tell David was a bit offended, but he didn't say anything. Yeah, bro, I joined your little guy club because I wanted to be around men who are old and ugly. Oh, that's so... I'm sorry that we go... This whole story, bro. But yeah, apparently this is what the soliciting was about. Obviously, joining the Masons didn't make these feelings go away, so he said he initially started trying to see if any of them felt those feelings too, but no one would bite. Apparently, midway through, he discovered the pony play rabbit hole on a BDSM website and was utterly hooked. This is when his soliciting went from, hey, I'm having these feelings towards guys. This is totally normal, right, brother? To, hey, are you looking to buy a pony, brother? Dude, can you imagine 1 week you're at your little guy club that you worked so hard to be a part of and you just like being around your bros and one of them comes up to you like, hey man, I want to fuck dudes. Is that normal? Do you guys feel that too? Just me? And you're like, oh, okay, dude, like you do you, but like, nah, not me. And then the next week he comes up and he's like, what if I was your pony in latex? If you were a real brother, you'd ride me to oblivion. Oh my God. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. He claimed he didn't leave because he was being disciplined, but because of how goddamn prudish everyone was. I joined this club because I thought we were all sluts, but clearly y'all are a bunch of prudes. And it's just a bunch of old men who are like joining this club to get away from their wives for an hour. I'm so sorry, bro. This is too much fun, bro. This is too much fun. What do you mean? Oh my God. That's so funny. You're all a bunch of prudes and they're sitting there like, bro, you want to dress up as a pony wearing latex. Like, what are you talking about? Shit, bro, if that makes me a prude, I'm fucking the Virgin Mary. This poor OP, but this is so funny. I agree with you, strangers online. Like, genuinely, like, I want to clarify. If you have these, like, fetishes or these fantasies, you. Do your thing. But, like, when you go about it the way that OP does, it just, like, makes it, you know, first off, you're hurting your wife, right? Like, if you would have just communicated that this is what you were having, like, maybe you guys could have figured it out some way. Maybe your wife would be okay doing this fantasy with you or, like, whatever. But, like, and it's sad because it probably is, like, part of the patriarchy that makes him feel like he can't fully explore this and that he has to hide it from his wife. But, like, bro, it's just everything is just like, holy shit. Oh my God. That's so funny. That is so funny. Press F in chat for that marriage. No, for real, chat. We need some Fs because what the fuck? This shit might be cooked. Not might. This shit's definitely cooked. Like deep fried. Apparently he was already deep into the hole, and while he apparently he was already deep in the hole, and why can't I say that? What the fuck? Sorry guys, I've been laughing too hard. Laughing too hard, mouth's too dry. Apparently he was already deep into the hole, and while he'd been attending lodge a couple times a month legitimately, the other times were him doing the BDSM stuff. Apparently it began with escorts, but eventually he graduated to pro doms because too many of them found it weird or weren't into it enough. There's one main he goes to the most called Mistress Candy, but when she's busy, he'll go to the other ones. And if that's not an option, he'll go find a cheap hotel to self-care or do it with an online mistress. Oh, there's a lot of them apparently. And that was how he got into findoms, where the whole thing is he gives them money for nothing in return. I don't really know how to describe how I felt as this all came out. The shock, the betrayal, the rage, the upset, the hurt. I suppose I feel quite numb now, but none of it could have prepared me for what he did next. David said, so you've been having an affair then and using the craft as a cover. Kevin got very angry and said he's not been having an affair. What in the hell is his definition of an affair? This sparked an argument, in parentheses again, won't go into the details, where Kevin's excuse was that at no point was he in control during this because Mistress Candy made use of hypnosis to control him, and sometimes the urge was so powerful it would M-shift him into Sparkles, his pony persona, involuntarily. Bro, you're... I'm sorry, bro. Sparkles? Yeah, this is literally gaycation. No, for real. This is gaycation, but with horses. Horsecation? Ponycation? Chat, what the hell is M-shift? I'm not hip with the culture like that. What the fuck? Oh, who said naycation? That's hilarious. Not gaycation, naycation. An M-shift or mental shift is a therioanthrope-related occurrence where an Etherian feels their mindset or current mentality becomes that of their phenotype or animal. Chat, I can't decide which one it is, but I'm either too dumb or too smart to process what the actual fuck this even means. Like, guys, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Is this like, are people gonna get mad at me? Like, is this a real thing? Like, this seems made up to me. I'm so, there's no way this line that was copy and pasted probably from some sort of definition website is real. Yeah, someone fucking stick me in rice because I'm fucking, I'm broken. I'm not just saying that because I'm Asian, by the way. Therians are people who identify strongly with a specific animal, kind of like furries. Okay, this is gonna break my brain if I think about it too much. Because what, like... Are these the butt plug tail people? Is that what you're telling me right now? I guess that fits with whatever the fuck we're reading right now. Oh my god. We can't go and do a deep dive of this. It'll break my brain. We just gotta like, this is wild. Okay. Sparkles his pony persona. That's where we left off. He didn't use this as an example, but I guess it's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. Again, no remorse or contrition. Again, no remorse or contrition, and he said we can still fix this with couples therapy because apparently I wasn't satisfying his needs. You didn't even tell her about your needs. How, bitch, what? I think like OP is a better person than me because I would have crashed out already, but that would have sent me into oblivion. I would have been like, this person would have been berated and crying by the time that I was done with them. Like, what are you talking about? How did he come to that conclusion? Well, I never independently suggested pony play and give him an avenue to open up about it. This is somehow my fault. I won't go into the arguments that followed, but it ended with me packing a bag and David taking me to my parents' place. Poor David! Wait, time out. Can you imagine being David? Can you imagine being David, bro? This guy was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like help this woman, you know, like confront her husband about lying about being a part of our Freemasons. And then it's like, this dude is into pony play and now I'm driving his wife to her parents? Like, that's so good. That's so good. Oh my god. I feel like David's like, dude, I'm coming home. My wife is about to hear the story of a century, bro. Oh my god. Okay, let me lock in. Sorry guys. This story just has a lot to react to. I've told Kevin I'll be seeking a divorce and something which he's also in denial of. Oh, sorry. I've told Kevin I'll be seeking a divorce, something which he's also in denial about because the marriage is dead. Clearly, he values his time playing dress up as a horse more than he does me as a person, so I might as well let him focus on that. I'm staying with my parents right now and taking some time off work until I can clear my head. Can't sleep, so figured I might as well try and get this out of my system. It has helped, honestly. I'm also currently no contact with Kevin, and it'll be staying that way until I can serve him papers. Who knows what the future holds there, but he won't be in it. Although, if you wanted some good news, I'm finally joining the OES. What is the fuck? I gotta look this up. Oh yes, Freemasonry. I feel like, girl, like, how do you not have like trauma from the Freemason shit? Like, what is it meaning? Sorry guys, I'm just gonna use the Order of the Eastern Star. It is the largest fraternal organization in the world that allows both women and men to join. You're gonna walk around and be like, you in the pony play? I'm sorry. Too early. Well, this was 2 years ago, so maybe not. David explained to me I can join via my grandfather, so I'm going to be meeting with the secretary next week. Thanks for being on this wild ride and helping me see reason. I guess I would probably have gotten there anyways when the WM messaged me, but it was nice to know I had people on here, and especially those who talked it through with me in DMs. You guys know who you are, and you are awesome. Otherwise, have a great day, and peace out. Man, I hope this woman is leading her best life, because this would rock me, dog. Yeah, it's really funny. Like, a lot of people called out the affair, but, like, the Sparkles, the pony thing was just not... That was out of left field. That was a... Wow. Oh, account has been banned. Oops. Crazy, man. Listen. Hey, what up, Kai? Kai, you missed the craziest fucking story. I can't even lie, bro. Do we owe the Masons an apology? I mean, maybe, bro. Listen, we were like 80% right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't understand the secret societies thing. It just, like, it doesn't make sense to me. That, like, when you're in a grown-ass adult, bro, like, shit, I was in a fraternity, and I honestly, even that doesn't really make sense. That was just more to meet friends. I didn't really care about the actual part of it of, like, yeah, honestly, the only thing I cared about is one of my best friends from hockey was in the fraternity I joined, and then our scholarship fund for my fraternity was crazy. Like, all you needed was a pulse and the will to apply for a scholarship, and you at least got $500. Like, that was fucking sick. Other than that, bro, I paid for my friends. That joke about people in fraternities paying for their friends, it's true. It's way too true. It's fine. I'll sadly watch it on YouTube anyways. Wow, because you hate me? No, I'm just playing. Dude, honestly, that has to be top 10 craziest stories we've read so far on this podcast, like, ever. Like, that one, honestly, chat, that one goes up there with Gaycation, with Butter. Like, that I'm gonna need Sparkles the pony turned into an emote, just like we have the Butter emote, bro. All right? Fraternity is college, but slightly gayer. I'm not gonna lie, we had so many gay guys in our fraternity. It was a very accepting fraternity. It honestly, here's the thing, y'all. The fraternity I was in, not really a fraternity. We were a dry house, and they took that very seriously. Like, if they found alcohol in your room, you got kicked out. And, like, all of my gay friends now, like, came from that fraternity. Like, the guy who initiated me in the fraternity, he's gay. He lives in Minnesota. Shout out my boy Luke. Like, I still hang out with him. Like, last time I was in Minnesota in March, I went and had dinner with him and another one of my gay friends. Like, yeah, my fraternity was not, but I'm very lucky that the fraternities at Iowa State aren't as degenerate as, like, the fraternities in Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, Florida. Like, Iowa was pretty mild. I can't even lie. Need a horse ornament for the tree. Chat, if you guys can find, like, a horse in latex, I will get it and we'll put it on the tree. All right? Accepting fraternity, very base. They were very accepting. I can't even lie. I don't know how it is now. I haven't gone and visited my fraternity in years. But back then, it was pretty good. Were you allowed to drink outside the frat house? Oh, yeah, definitely. But, like, we weren't allowed to bring anything into the house, which was kind of nice. I'm of the belief that you don't shit where you eat. Like, it was cool that, like, when I lived there for like a year. It was nice knowing that when I lived there during the year, like, I would never get woken up because there was a loud party going on in the basement, or drunk people. Well, no, that's not true. Drunk people would definitely roam the halls because people would come back drunk from the bars, drunk from parties. So, like, that's different. But, like, when it's not in the house, it just changes the vibe. For example, our house was always so much cleaner. Our house was so clean compared to the fucking wet houses. The houses that allowed alcohol were so gross. Like, you would want to go there for parties, but anything else, you wouldn't want to be in that shithole. Texas mentioned yeehaw. Yeah, Kai be yeehawing. Hey, welcome, Aluma Clemati. What is that emote? I can't even tell what that is, bro. Is that like oh, that's a horse. Oh my God. Bro, that looked so trippy. I couldn't figure out where the mouth was. One of the fraternities at U of A had a Rip Charlie Kirk banner outside of it. Ugh. Yeah, that shit would have been burned. Yeah, Greek orgs varied so wildly depending on the university. No, for real. It also just depends. Like, every campus is different. Like, every fraternity and sorority is like looking for something different when they're recruiting. Ours were like good vibe nerds. Like, we were all a bunch of fucking nerds, I'm not gonna lie. We would come back from the bars or parties, and we would sit in the basement, and that was when the Oculuses had just come out, and we would like set it up, and we would play games on the Oculus drunk, which now looking back at it, probably not the safest thing to do with a bunch of drunk college students, but my God, was it fun. Bro, oh my God, you know what my sickest flex will be forever, chat, and then we'll move on to the next story? My sickest flex is Fortnite got big when I lived in the fraternity. And that was the most fun I think I've ever had gaming with friends. Because, like, we lived in a house with 60 dudes, and Fortnite was like the biggest thing. And we would set up like LANs, like situations, like one of the biggest. So there was a room on the 3rd floor. It was the only room that housed 5 guys. It was like kind of an L-shaped living room, and then a kind of semi-big room, but it fit only 2 people, and then a really big room where 3 people lived, but like 3 people were, like, this room was so big that like 3 people barely covered any of the space. So in the 3-man section, they set up like a table and put 4 Xboxes or like 4 PS4s with monitors, so that if you wanted to, you could go use that room to do like 4-man Fortnite lobbies with your friends. It was the most fucking fun I've ever had playing video games ever. And this is like when Fortnite was actually good, chat. This is like OG Fortnite 2018, bro. Wow, I'm fucking old. Holy shit, I'm old. That made me feel really, really old, I'm not gonna lie. But, it was so much fun, bro. It was so much fun. I was on a college campus for a game in 2024, and a sorority house had a pink US flag banner with Daddy's Home and Trump's mugshot on it. Bro, here's the thing. I'm actually curious. We used to steal banners. Like, if someone put up a banner, we would like go out of our way to fucking steal that shit. Like, that's one where I would just steal it. Like, I cannot confirm nor deny if I have participated in stealing banners from people. All I can say is we had a couple banners in my senior year apartment. That's all you guys got to know. We also might have had a road work ahead sign, but you'll never know. Well, you are old, so okay. Mods, get her. Ban her. What? Hold on. The fuck? I know a guy who stole a traffic light and stashed it at our church? The fuck? Yeah, good call. Good calm, Squiggly Owl. Kai, aren't you around the same age? No, Kai, you're literally like older than me, bro. And if you're not older than me, you look older than me. No, the fuck I'm not. Lies. That's just lies that the woke left want you to believe. You can't be mean to me. It's my birth week. Sorry, bro. Maybe not on your birthday, but I'm going to be mean to you leading up. I can and I will be mean to you, Kai. Back in my day, someone stole a K8 cannon. What is that? Why is it bad to get older? We can do more for the world. Honestly, it's just a way for me to troll Kai. You're not even going to be online to be nice because you're traveling. I might, maybe not on your birthday, but I might. I'm bringing my laptop and some equipment to go live from where I'm visiting from, but we're hopping around like different Airbnbs and stuff, so I won't be able to go live until like Monday. You're not even going to be online to be nice because you're traveling. That's such a good point, Kai. I'm sorry I can't make it, bro. I really do wish I could come out there and hang with y'all. I'm jealous. I'm getting FOMO about the birthday. The birthday dinner. Although I'm not gonna lie, Kai, when if you guys like drank and shit, I would not be able to keep up. I'd be like, can I go to bed at like 11? Please, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Okay, chat, let's keep it going, all right? We got like fucking 30 minutes till my personal assistant gets here, and this is a long one. I'm like kind of, I'm going back and forth on if I should read this one, but it was put in my subreddit. I'm very interesting. It's an old one too. Fuck it, chat. Let's do it. Okay. So, a post from Agreeable Release 51. It's got an original post and 3 updates to it. Titled, Should I Ask for a Paternity Test? Feeling insecure as fuck. Oh God, here we go. Posted to r/askmen. Oh God. I feel like my experience with this subreddit is either you have really shitty, awful men responding or like really level-headed men responding. There's no in between. But this is from 13 years ago. I cannot imagine this being level-headed. Okay. Background. Wife and I have been married for 2 years and currently she is about 6 months pregnant. I am 24 and she is currently 22. Y'all got married at 22 and 20? When did y'all start dating? Around the time she got pregnant, she went on a trip to Miami with her 2 other girlfriends, both single. I wasn't fully comfortable with her going at the time, but I didn't want to come off as a controlling husband. Ever since she came back, I've been feeling insecure as fuck. Now that we are having a kid on the way, my insecurity is only getting worse. Wait, so your only reason you're insecure is because she went on a trip with her friends? I'm sorry, bro. If you don't trust your partner to go on a trip with her friends and not cheat on you, you shouldn't be getting married to them. Now that we're having a kid on the way, my insecurity is only getting worse. Recently, I've been watching The Maury Show, in parentheses, paternity/lie detector show. And the idea got in my head that the son my wife is having might not be mine. Should I ask for a paternity test? Will that ruin our relationship? I can't keep going on not knowing exactly what she did in Miami. That sounds like a you problem, bro. Go get some fucking therapy. Oh my God. I mean, I feel bad for the wife. Like, what? Does he want the wife locked down in the household, fucking chained to the kitchen? Like, what? It's so crazy to me, man. Like, why would you even get married to them if you don't have the ability to trust them? Oh God, this is getting even worse. Yeah, if you ask for a paternity test and you happen to be a father, she will never, this is a comment, by the way. If you ask for a paternity test and you happen to be the father, she will never let you forget that and your marriage will likely be over. If you are really that worried that the child might not be yours, you can buy a paternity test in a drugstore and mail it out with your and your child's DNA samples. Wait, actually? What the fuck? You can ask them to send the results to your office and that way she will not know. Regardless of the issue, Regardless of that issue, you need some help with your insecurities, and marriage counseling would probably be a good idea. What the fuck? The next comment is, I'm convinced that r/askmen is completely populated by women. OP, get the fucking test and fuck anyone who calls you insecure. What the fuck? Like, this is just the mindset of, like your default should be to trust your wife. Like, we're not even really addressing the issue, the true issue here, which is like, bro, you are with your partner who you can't trust. What the fuck is wrong with you? She has done nothing to betray your trust. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Okay, there's some edits on here. I can't wait for this fuck ass. Edit 1. From what people here and my good friends have told me is that if I sign the birth certificate, it is really hard to remove my name even if I'm not the father. The main problem is that our whole family is going to be here in a month, so if we do talk about the paternity test, it would be best to do it before they all came. This is what happens when men take advice from other men. Like, he is such a fucking dumbass. Edit 2. 1. My wife's friends are really slutty, which is what makes... Oh, sorry. 1. My wife's friends are really slutty, which is what made me uncomfortable and insecure. On top of that, I told her not to get wasted when she went down there. First night there, she calls me wasted. Oh my God. Ladies, I just need to like tell the women who watch my videos, like, if this is how your husband or boyfriend or whatever operates, get the fuck rid of him. Like, what a loser. First off, calling your friend slutty. That doesn't have any implications on how he views women and how he will raise your future children. And then on top of that, he's demanding that you don't get wasted on your vacation. Also, side note, green flag. Green flag that he's calling her. Or excuse me, green flag that she's calling him wasted. Like, that's what you want. If your partner gets wasted and they call you, that means that they're drunk and all they want is you, so they call you. 2, to the people that say, so what if it isn't your kid? Seriously, I'm not going to be some cuckolded loser. I mean, sounds like you are a fucking loser already. 3, women can guarantee their maternity, yet men can't be sure. So please, if you are a woman commenting on this thread, please keep that in mind. Okay, but you're supposed to trust your partner? Like, 4, I know I'm insecure. 4, I know I'm insecure. I don't know who wouldn't be in my situation. I wish I wasn't as insecure. I went against my own inhibitions when I told my wife I didn't mind her going to Florida. I try to make myself better, but I am not perfect. I don't know who wouldn't be in my situation. Any normal dude who trusts their partner and isn't a loser? Edit 3, to those saying my wife did nothing wrong, yeah, she didn't. But in all fairness, going to Miami with her single friends is not appropriate for a married woman. When my single friends invite me to go clubbing with them or bar hopping late in the night, I refuse them because I am considerate of my wife. Or you're worried that you'll cheat on your wife and you're just projecting here? Like, God, bro, what? Talk about an unhealthy, unwell 24-year-old who got married and is being an absolute terrorist in his relationship because he doesn't know how to be an adult. I'm going to talk to my wife about my feelings and I will post an update in 2 to 3 days. Thank you for all those that responded. Oh, thank God. I hope he tells his wife this shit and his wife fucking leaves his dumb ass. Edit 4, I stated in the title, feeling insecure as fuck, more than aware that I am insecure and my feelings aren't rational. Don't understand why people are being so nasty in the comment section though, because you're a dumbass. From what I'm reading, I am guessing 90% of you guys have not been in a relationship because I don't know who has this fantasy 100% trust. I genuinely think guys that think like this because they would 100% cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has to be just an insane level of like projection of like, oh, well, deep down, I would cheat on my wife if I went on a guy's trip with my single guy friends. Therefore, my wife is going to do the same thing. I love my wife and know I don't want to break up with her, but my subconscious has been right before. Listen, if she had done something that actually gave you cause to be insecure and think that she cheated, I would be on your side. But she hasn't done anything. And even if she did do something, you're still supposed to trust your partner. Like, I genuinely just don't get this shit. People should not be getting in relationships with other people if they can't trust the people they're in a relationship with. That's stupid. Like, just at that point, bro, just stay single. Like, if you're that pressed about it, stay single. If your wife does cheat on you and that's not your kid, that sucks, but that's not something you can be proactive about because you're supposed to trust your partner. That's the basis of having a partner. And if they break that trust, that sucks, but like, you can't walk around and operate as if they're going to break that trust if they haven't done anything to put that trust at jeopardy. Otherwise, you're just being a little insecure man boy who's going to ruin his relationship by accusing his wife of cheating. Also, I low-key hope the wife finds this post and sees that this guy called his wife a slut. Or excuse me, called his wife's friends a slut. Yeah, all she did was go on vacation. You're totally right, Katana. Yeah, oh, this is such a good point too, Resilient Sage. It's not your subconscious. It's really not. It's you being an insecure fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a big trust your gut guy, but you have to trust your gut with evidence. If your gut's like, oh, hey, my wife disappeared for an entire night, didn't respond, and now she's acting weird. Even that, I would be like, okay, you know what? You might have some merit here. You might have an argument. But if the only basis of this is she went on a vacation to Miami and you know what women do when they're with their single friends, you're a bitch. Even if I'm wrong and this isn't this guy's kid, you're still a bitch in my eyes. Homegrown big old baby back bitch. And that's just facts. At 22 years old, you have every right to be a slut? No, for real, bro. I will never understand people getting married that young. So crazy, man. That's just too young, bro. I'm sorry. Chat, I need to go get some more water. Yeah, I would just reload the stream if you're having issues, guys. Alrighty, chat. Let's do it. We got 3 updates on this. Update 1. I talked to a friend of mine who is good friends with one of my wife's single friends and voiced to him my concerns. He said he is more than willing to help me figure out exactly what happened in Miami. So he offered to talk to my wife's single friend. After about 30 minutes, he calls me back and told me that supposedly they went to a big house party and the next day went clubbing with the guys they met at the house party. I asked my friends for details on what exactly my wife did, but he said that my wife's friends were very vague when it came to specifics. I mustered up all the courage I have and I confronted my wife about what happened in Miami. She said, "Oh, we just went to a small get together and then went out to the beach." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "So you guys didn't do any partying in Miami?" She then amends her statement and says she went to a party with her friends for the first day and that her friends brought 2 guys to their hotel room, but I didn't do anything. I asked her what exactly did she do, and she said, "Oh, I didn't sleep in the bed while they were doing anything. I just watched TV." I just stared deep in her eyes and said, "Oh, so while they were messing around and you were drunk, you were just watching TV." It became obvious that she was lying, and it wasn't long before she says, "Look, friend 1 and friend 2 are the slutty ones. I didn't do anything." Okay, crazy thing for your wife to say about her own friends, but okay. I tell her, "Oh, it's just that I got off the phone with her friend, and she said you did a bit more than watch TV." All of a sudden, she starts crying hysterically. She starts pleading with me that she didn't have sex with the guy, that she just blew him because she felt bad that he bought her drinks and didn't want to just lead him on. Oh God, and this woman's a bad person. Fuck, and this is just gonna make every guy be like, now you should accuse your wife of cheating on you if she ever goes on vacation. Fuck, bro. I tell her that it is perfectly fine. What? Wait, hold on, what? Oh, I tell her that it is perfectly fine and she doesn't have to lead him on anymore because she is newly single. She starts mentioning our son, that I would be a terrible father if I left him for something so small. Okay. She starts mentioning that she starts talking about our son and that I would be a terrible father if I left him for something so small. I don't respond to her cries. I get my keys and go out for a drive. Oh, brother. I returned home about an hour ago. I think my wife head off to spend the night at her friend's house. I have called my parents and told them what happened. They said they want to come over to check up on me. I have also gotten a call from my mother-in-law reiterating that our son needs a father and that people make mistakes. My dad said he can recommend me a good lawyer to help with the divorce and paternity issues. As for now, I'm not sure how I'm ever going to get into a serious relationship with another girl. My trust issues and insecurity are through the roof right now. After talking to my mom and dad, I feel much better, but I'm still pretty lonely. Thank you guys for listening to my story. It just feels really good getting this off my chest. If you guys have any advice for me as of now, please share. Thanks. Edit, what really hurt was that she never blew me because she... Okay, all right. Because she said that if she did that, then I would lose respect for her. And then she blows another dude because he bought her drinks. Feels bad. On top of that, I came to find out that she's spending the night at one of her guy friends' house. After I ignored calls from her cell phone, she called through his landline. Another thing, I really hope I am not the father of this child. I can't imagine having to deal with her every time I go to pick up or drop him off. I mean, listen. Now we know that the wife is a bad... So, like, I don't know. Maybe there is an argument here that OP just did a really bad job communicating that his wife is actually a terrible person or something like that. But still, I don't think that we should get from this post that, like, oh, hey, the answer is that you should always paternity test your child, which is unfortunately what the comments are probably saying. Like, I'm sure the comments on this aren't like, hey, man, this is a one-off and maybe you should work on your trust issues. Yeah, like, I'm sure it's like, man, every man should take the step of testing if your child is actually yours. Like, I hate it, bro. I hate it. They probably bred off each other's toxicity. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my God. Broken clock, something, something. Yeah, you're right. I only blew him would make me blow my brains out. No, actually, though. Like, do people actually think that's like a genuinely good response to getting accused of cheating on? Like, has anyone ever been like, oh, if that's the case, then you're good? Like, yeah, bro, you're totally fine. You only blew him. Like, we're fine, dog. We're fine. Yeah, no, I do think this is probably more of an everyone sucks here, like you guys are saying. Like, don't get me wrong. It sucks that this guy cheated on his wife. And I feel like this only just perpetuates the issue that OP is dealing with of like, you should be able to trust your partner in a situation where they go on a vacation with their friends. And like, if you can't, that's either because A, you have some self-work, or B, you're dating someone who you can't trust. And both of those are reasons enough to not be in the relationship with that person. You know, like, do either you need work or they need work. Either way, you shouldn't be with them. And you especially shouldn't get married to them. Chicken Sandwich, thank you for the $10 dono. Just because he said he was right doesn't mean his coping mechanism was valid. Agreed. They both suck, and his insistence that he doesn't want to be the father of this kid tells me he's just as bad. That is true. I didn't even point that out. It is really fucked up for him to say, I hope that I'm not a dad to this child because then I have to deal with her. Like, he's not even excited about, like, I don't know. I feel like someone who's having a kid should be like, okay, I still hope that, like, if this child is mine, like, I'm excited for him or her or it. I don't know. Yeah, this guy has all the trappings of a red pill dipshit without the clear signs. Agreed. Yeah, bro. Unfortunately, it's just like, this is going to get some red pill dipshits to be like, see? This one time that this one guy was right about it, that validates us. That we shouldn't ever trust our partners and that women are all the same. It's like, no, bro. He just happened to date a fucking shitty woman. Like, to be honest, y'all, I'll still die on the hill of like, to me, it's better as a man. I think you're more of a man. Let me fucking use their language. You are more of a man if you fully trust your wife and then learn that she breaks your trust versus if you're always operating under the assumption that your wife can't be trusted. Unless she has broken that trust in some way, shape, or form beforehand, and even then, I would argue, why are you in that relationship? If your partner has given you reason to not trust them beforehand, and that's going to affect how you trust them in the future, cut your losses. Let's go to update 2, chat. We still got 2 updates on this. I actually didn't even check. Okay, so original post, August 22nd, 2013. First update, August 23rd, 2013. So literally the next day. And then the second update, August 31st, 2013. So about a week after the whole ordeal. On Monday, I went with my father to talk to my lawyer. He told me he is getting the paperwork underway and he wants me to keep things as civil as I possibly can with my wife. I asked him about the paternity situation. He told me that my wife is too late in her pregnancy for prenatal testing. Paternity testing will have to be done after the baby is born. Therefore, don't sign any papers specifying that I am the father. On top of that, he told me to be wary of being viewed as a fatherly figure because even if it is not my child, I can still be charged for child support if I am viewed as the father. I came home. I told my ex-wife that I've spoken to my lawyer and that she should do the same. She started crying and telling me how we should go to counseling and save our marriage. I refused her offer, and I also told her that I will not be present during the birth of the child. She started crying frantically and said, "This is your child. I'm 100% sure. If I cared for your son, I'd be there." If you cared for your son, you'd be there. I told her goodbye, and then 15 minutes later got an angry phone call from her dad saying that when we got married, ooh, there's a slur coming, chat. I'm going to breeze by it, but I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Saying that when we got married, we agreed to stick with each other through thick and thin. I told him politely that I would, but this is a legal matter. He told me that I'm a F slur and I will make a shitty father. I actually don't agree with the shitty father. So far, that is all that has happened legally. Personally, for me, things have gotten much better. It seems that a lot of my friends and family have been trying to get... It seems that a lot of my friends and family have been trying to get me laid since I've called it quits with my wife. My sister has taken me to parties with her and her friends. I haven't been with anyone since the breakup, but I have gotten a lot of numbers, and just the overall female attention I have been receiving has been making me feel great. Yeah, this is not someone I would want to hang around. This guy seems like such a douchebag. My wife, on the other hand, has invited over her friend's daughter, a girl in medical school, to introduce me to her. She was really kind and sweet. I didn't expect a girl with such a bright future to have any interest in a guy with as much baggage as me. But to my surprise, she's been nothing but comforting and caring. She recently left for medical school, but we are still keeping in contact. As for me, I still have a hard time going to sleep every night. It seems that I am happy through the day, and that at night, everything just hits me. I start worrying about the future, imagining my wife with another guy, start recalling the pain when I found out she cheated on me. This hasn't really gotten any better, but I still managed to find a way to fall asleep. Somehow. Every time I get a text from my wife, it is like a cold touch in my heart. Just the simple, "Good night, I miss you," is enough to make my heart go into spirals. All right, that's kind of fucked up of the wife to do. I have managed to stay strong past this. I'm waiting for my wife and her lawyers to sign the paper. After talking to my lawyer, it will take approximately 10 weeks or so from them to finalize the divorce. Thank you guys for sticking by me thus far. The emotional stuff I have included at the end, I don't have anyone to talk to about. Just writing all my thoughts down makes me feel much better. I will post an update when something important rolls around. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck recommended this one. This story kind of... I mean, it's an interesting story, chat. I shouldn't rag on it, but this feels like somebody who hates the fact that I mostly advocate for women, because, like, let's be honest, like, even OP's wrong in this. Like, I don't know what they expected. It seems like maybe one of the incel men who like to complain about me in my subreddit put this in here kind of as like a, oh... look at that. Sarby's wrong every once in a while. Like, it does happen, which, like, fair. It does. I still think OP's wrong. Like, I still think as a man who is dating a woman and married to her, you have to by default trust her. You have to. And if you don't, there's no point in you being married to them, let alone in a relationship. I will acknowledge that this sucks. Like, this sucks for OP. Sucks that OP has to deal with this. Do I still think OP's a bad person? Yeah. This guy fucking sucks. Also, just based off of his demeanor and the way that he's going about all this, I don't think he'll ever have a healthy relationship. It doesn't sound like this guy's going to go to therapy and work on the trauma that his wife has given to him and work through the insecurity so he can trust someone again. If he gets with this girl who goes to medical school, like I guarantee if they started dating and she's at medical school, he's going to pull some shit. Ooh, those doctors in Grey's Anatomy be fucking cheating on each other all the time. That means that you're going to cheat on me too. Like, I'm sorry, if you go through something traumatic like this, and especially if you've already have a frame that makes that trauma worse, like, bro, screwed. You know, all I can hope and pray is that this guy turns it around and realize that he was already deeply insecure and needed healing. And now he needs it even more. Someone says it does seem like bait. It kind of does, bro. I missed the start of the story, but how does a 22-year-old who only has... I mean, they sound rich. You know, like, it's not impossible. Also, Miami, really not that cheap. Or, excuse me, really not that expensive. I think it's more expensive for guys than girls. The only thing missing from the end of that first update is and everyone clapped. Listen, I don't want to diminish, like I say this all the time. This could very well be someone's reality, even if it's fake. There probably is a guy out there who didn't trust his wife, who should have trusted his wife. Like, I think it's better to look like a dumbass than an insecure motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better to look like it's better to be, in my opinion, it's better to be embarrassed when it turns out that your wife cheated on you. And even then, you shouldn't even be embarrassed, but that tends to be the reaction that people have. That is better than being the insecure motherfucker always accusing your partner of cheating on them without any basis to it. I genuinely believe that. I would much rather be the embarrassed person than the accusatory person any day of the week. And I think you're a better person if that's the way that you go about a relationship. Because it's healthy. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to find a partner who you can trust. And if they break that trust, that has nothing to do with you. Unless you, like, sucked as a partner and you low-key deserve to get cheated on. But assuming that you're, like, a good partner, doing good things, giving your partner the benefit of the doubt, if they break that benefit of the doubt, that's not your fault. Like I said, I really do think it's like a low IQ man thing that stems from projection when your immediate response to, like, my wife went on a vacation with her single friends. She cheated on me, clearly. Oh, let's just finish this up, chat. Okay. This is coming in Friday, October 11th, 2013. So, like a month and some change since the last update that we just read. Wife and I have been separated for about 6 weeks now. In 5 more weeks, the divorce will be granted by the state. During that time period, I still joined her and her family for checkups following the pregnancy. About a week ago, wife was having some abdominal pains and bleeding. She went to go to the hospital. Doctors found out they couldn't detect a heartbeat in the baby. They checked with the ultrasound and there was no sign. They induced labor and the wife ended up having a stillbirth. Doctors aren't sure what the cause of it was. They are saying it might have to do with my wife being diabetic. Both of our families have been deeply saddened after this. The hostility between us has ended. We are having a funeral for our child soon. My wife's brother initially blamed for the still... Oh, there's a me missing. My wife's brother initially blamed me for the stillbirth because I caused my wife to be depressed because of the divorce, and that's what caused the stillbirth. Okay, even if that is true, and like, once again, I don't fuck with OP, but like, that's not OP's fault. Like, I think, listen, OP divorcing his wife is not what I disagree with here. Hey, you found out she cheated on you. Fuck her. I'll stand behind you on that one. It's how you went about it and the way that you're talking afterwards that I'm like, ugh. Yeah, like I said, like, you know, we have a lot to rag on OP for. Divorcing this wife is not one of them. He later recanted his statement, but I can't help but feel partially guilty for the loss. Before, I never felt connected to the baby, but now I can't describe the pain and sadness I feel. Dog? Before all this, you never felt connected to the baby? It was like 6 months, right? About 6 months pregnant. So for the 6 months that your wife was pregnant with this baby, you didn't feel connected to it? I don't know if he was biologically mine, but I still feel like I lost something. Wife has requested that I join her for counseling, not for marriage. I agreed to join her. We are still following through with our divorce proceedings. Our parents are still staying with us for now to support us. Thank you for the support thus far, Reddit. Damn. Okay, I mean, that's kind of sad. Not kind of. That's a sad ending to this. I don't know, bro. I don't think there's much to add here other than like, that's sad the baby died. You know, definitely not best case scenario there. Even if the kid wasn't OP's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was just one where I'm like, I feel like it did, whether it's true or not, it does a disservice for some man who already holds resentment towards women to justify why they should be allowed to paternity test all their kids. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't fuck with that. Like, I'm sorry. You will never convince me of it. No matter how many of these stories that end up being right you put in my subreddit. Like, I just don't think you are a good person if you feel like you need to get every single one of your children paternity tested. Unless there is a good reason. If you find your wife cheating, if, I don't know, like something happens that like actually merits you being like, this could potentially not be my kid. Otherwise, like, I think it's better to be proven naive than proven an insecure piece of shit husband. Oh, good point. OP isn't a good person, but if we take that at the face of it, then this woman is an example of a crap person. Absolutely. I should clarify that too. This woman objectively sucks. Like, I wouldn't be friends with either of them, by the way. If I was talking to OP, I would tell him, hey, dog, you shouldn't be this insecure about your wife going on a trip with her friends. At the same time, I would tell her, hey, you're a piece of shit. You're a fucking awful person. Chicken Sandwich, thank you for the $5 dono. I just realized, did his ex get shit-faced while pregnant? Maybe Chicken Sandwich, but I think what's implied here is that she didn't know she was pregnant. I think, because the idea is that she got that about the time when she got pregnant was around this Miami trip. That's the whole premise of this. So I think the answer to that is no. As bad as it sounds, it's good there's no baby. I can't disagree with that, Ninetail. Don't get me wrong. Stillbirth is horrifying and traumatizing, and I don't wish that on anybody. Do these people sound like people who should be having kids? I'll let you decide that, Chad, because I'm leaning towards no. This post is from 2013. Did the manosphere exist back then? I think it existed, Katana, not in a polarizing way, in the way that it existed, that it exists now. I think the manosphere now is like a lot more toxic and awful. And it's more monetized. I think that's the best way to put it. The manosphere existed, but it didn't blow up until people figured out that they could monetize it. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what up, Marie? Yeah, you want to say what's up? That's okay, bro. I always look like a bum. Don't even worry about it. What up? Dude, honestly, the fit goes hard.
Oh my god, please. I've been up since 5.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro, you could have told me you didn't have to come today.
No, it's your last day.
Okay, well, we'll run quick today.